Do you need a great marketing tool to advertise your business or event? Then use Ottumwa Coasters. Get your business or event on drink coasters featured in Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. It's the most fun and effective way to reach the community. Starting at just $199, you get 1,000 coasters delivered to Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. Look for Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook or call or text 573-932-0111.
He's been your favorite guest at the breakfast table for years and years and years. He makes you laugh, he keeps you informed, and he doesn't steal the cornflakes.
Excuse me. Sorry.
It's time for the Morning Wake Up with Steve Shetler.
Hey! Hey, yo! Hey, you and you. Oh, a good morning. It's a beautiful audience. Thanks for tuning in to the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media. It is bright and early, dark and early, whatever you want to call it, on this Monday, December 4th. It's 7:01 a.m. We're getting you going on this first full week of December. Our Morning Wake Up brought to us by our friends at Ottumwa Coasters. You can like and follow Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook. And again, follow them, see what's going on with the Ottumwa Coasters. Use them. It's a great way to advertise and to market your business, your event in the Ottumwa area. They put these coasters out to all of the popular restaurants in Ottumwa, Iowa. So when you're sitting at one of the restaurants in Ottumwa, you look down at your drink coaster and you see, hey, there's Steve Shetler Media. Hey, there's one of these other businesses you're seeing on your screen right now. So again, if you want to advertise specifically in the Ottumwa market, use Ottumwa Coasters. You're going to get your logo, your event, your information in front of a bunch of people by using our good friends at Ottumwa Coasters. Just get a hold of Elizabeth, and she will hook you up with all the information and the pricing you need for Ottumwa Coasters, bringing us our Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media. Hey, look at that. We got a forecast. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa in Sigourney. They're located at 202 North Main, Sigourney. Call or text for an appointment, 641-622-3772. Get your hair done. You can get your spa done. You can get extensions, products, tanning, and more at Amy's Salon House and Spa. For today, mostly cloudy skies, a high around 42, just a little bit of a south to southwest wind. For tonight, there is a 40% chance of some rain or snow before 8 p.m., and then maybe some rain between 8 to 11. Cloudy skies and a low of 29. Again, really not much wind tonight. South winds maybe 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy and breezy, north to northwest winds, and a high around 40. Into tomorrow night, mostly clear skies, a low of 21. And then Wednesday, mostly sunny, 46, and south winds could be gusting up to about 20 miles per hour. Right now, our current conditions in southeast Iowa, humidity at 99%, wind speeds northwest at about 5 miles per hour, barometric pressure at 29.97, and we currently have 28 degrees in southeast Iowa. Our forecast brought to us by our friends at Amy's Salon House and Spa in Sigourney. It's a Monday morning wake up brought to us by Ottumwa Coasters. Let's recap our weekend here on Steve Shetler Media. This was probably the busiest overall weekend we've had here on Steve Shetler Media. Bounced over to Keota, came back to Sigourney, went to Oskaloosa. Let's get into it. Let's recap our weekend. Friday, we, as always, had our Iowa Music Showcase at Barnwired, and our guest was Lee Klett.
Bass up loud and the lights down low. We make a little move out on the dance floor. Spinning round a dime, he gets her every time. Never leaves a bar alone. He's a redneck Romeo, puts his number in her for the envy of all her friends. On Monday, he's a 5-foot under neon lights. He's a honky-tonk pen. Oh, come on now.
Again, that was Lee Klett. He was hanging out with me at Barnwired on Friday for our Iowa Music Showcase. Coming up this Friday, we will have the young lady Gemma Bryce from Oskaloosa as our Iowa Music Showcase. Then Friday night, ran over to Keota. We had some high school basketball with the Keota Eagles in action. There you see a picture of the announced team, Eddie Conrad and Andy McGuire. Guys did a great job as Keota took on Iowa Valley in girls and boys action. If you want to see that doubleheader, just scroll down my news feed a little bit or look in my videos section, and you can see the full replay. Now, Friday night when it was live, there were some Wi-Fi internet issues, some connectivity issues live from the gym, but we do have the full replay up, and you can check out those games, Eddie and Andy, with the call of Keota Eagle basketball. We'll have more action coming up on Friday as Keota will be taking on Tri-County. Now, that'll be a JV boys varsity doubleheader. So the JV team, boys team, going to get some broadcast time coming up this week here on Steve Shetler Media, again, as Keota hosts Tri-County in high school basketball. Saturday morning, we had a great coaches show with the sports section. That was live from Brothers Market as legendary Iowa football coach Bob Howard returned to his roots here in Sigourney. He spent the last 17 years away from us, and now he returns Saturday for a special edition of the sports section coaches show. We had an entire, actually, usually we go maybe half hour to an hour on Saturday mornings. This past Saturday, we went about an hour 15 with Coach Bob Howard. That guy can tell a story. His memory is on point. He can probably tell you an exact play from the exact minute of whatever game you want to hear, and he can go into detail about those things. So it was great. Again, if you want to watch the full replay of the sports section, just scroll down in my news feed, go to the video section, and check that out. Have an hour and 15 minutes with three-time state champion football coach from here at Sigourney Keota, Bob Howard. That's a picture I had with Coach Howard. He was my coach here at Sigourney back in the day. Now, I wore my special Savage football coat. Now, that, of course, the team is now known as the Cobras, but before that, Sigourney by themselves are the Savages. And before Sigourney and Keota became the Cobras, we were still the Savages at that time. So I broke out my Savage football coat, which, by the way, I wore all the time in high school. I didn't take that thing off. If it was during the colder months, I just kept that thing on all day long and wore it with pride. And it still fits, thankfully. So Coach Howard was happy to see that coat. We had a nice display of old jerseys and some helmets that Tony Pitch from Sigourney Body Shop put together for us. So it was a nice visit. We had social time at Barnwired in Sigourney afterwards. So Coach Howard, big thanks to him. He got up super early on Saturday morning to come down and chat with us on Steve Shetler Media. So that was a really cool thing. Really happy to have Coach Howard back in town. And it sounds like he's open to doing it again. So now that he's retired, he's got all the time in the world. And we're hoping to get Coach Howard back to Sigourney hopefully sooner than it has been. I don't know when the last time he was publicly back in Sigourney. So it was a great time had by all. Then Saturday night, ran over to Oskaloosa for the lighted Christmas parade. Here's just a little bit of pre-parade footage.
I saw Santa the other day, and he is so excited.
I heard he was here.
Looking to see Santa later on.
So that was my buddy Neil. We had my wife Stacy. There's Stacy and I in downtown Oskaloosa. We had our little light necklaces around our necks in the festive mood for the lighted Christmas parade. There is Neil, Stacy, and I hanging out. That was just right after the parade had gotten done. We did the live announcing along with the judges. We sat beside the judges as the different floats and the different things came by us. So we were announcing the parade live. We were also announcing it on the Steve Shetler Media video that is up. I put that up last night. Didn't even want to try to go live in downtown Oskaloosa on Saturday night. There's no way that there's going to be Wi-Fi or internet. It wasn't going to work with the equipment. It was snowing lightly, so I had a blanket over all of the equipment to try to keep it safe and dry. So yeah, we just recorded it. If you want to watch the entire parade with announcing, with a little bit of whispering in between things going on, Stacy and I did the main announcing. Neil helped out with the filler information, but we had a good time. And thanks to Stacy and Neil for their help and work on Saturday night. And of course, thanks to all my volunteers. Eddie and Andy, they help with Keota basketball. We've got Alan and Bruce that help with the sports section. So definitely a team effort on Steve Shetler Media to make all of these things possible. Hey, once again, a good morning to you. Let's bring up our very important information. Again, as always, right down here where these ads are rotating. Super important that you guys, when you see the folks that are advertising on here, tell them that you're seeing the ads. If you can do me any favor at all, thank my advertisers. That's why we're on the air here on Facebook and YouTube. These people right down here are making things happening. All right, good morning. Let's see. I got a bunch of good mornings to get to. Looking at my phone here, Amber, one of our loyal viewers. Amber, thank you for watching. Samantha, Sandy, Kathy, Nancy. Let's see here. Who else we got? Nathan, my good buddy Nathan, John Deere Green. Tamara, Kurt and Kathy. Let's see here. Yeah, you're welcome for broadcasting the parade. Nick, Renee, Carrie. Yeah, thank you to all of you. If you're watching, give a shout out in the comments. Would love to tell you a good morning. And I was talking to some folks at church yesterday that, good morning to you, Renee. Talked to some folks yesterday that they listened to this as kind of a podcast. I don't do this in podcast form. It's all in video form, but some people just get the video going on their way to work and listen to it. So that's cool too. So appreciate you listening or watching wherever you're hanging out with us this morning. Let's do some of our normal stuff here on this Monday and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And you. In birthdays today, we've got Wink Martindale, legendary TV host. He was a radio guy as well. Wink Martindale, 87 years old today. We've got actor-producer Max Bauer Jr., 83. If that name doesn't ring a bell, Max was Jethro from the Beverly Hillbillies way back when. So Jethro turning 83 years old today. Other birthdays, Jeff Bridges, super actor, turning 71. We've got sports columnist Skip Bayless, 69. From the group Diamond Rio, we've got Brian Prout turning 65. Basketball player Bernard King, that guy could score some points. Let's see here, he is 64. We've got baseball player Lee Smith, big guy that I know played many years for the Chicago Cubs. All-time Major League saves leader, 63 years old for Lee Smith. We've got actress Marissa Tomei, turning 56. Rapper Jay-Z, 51. Actress and model Tyra Banks, 47. Country singer Lila McCann. Do you remember Lila? She had like 2 hits back in the day. She was one of those teenage really young singers back in the 90s. Lila McCann, Down Came a Blackbird, 39 years old. By the way, we want to wish some good mornings to a few new viewers. Got Sue, got Barb, Jan, Mary, Monica. Thank you all for watching and hanging out this morning on your Monday morning wake up. On this date in history, it was today back in 1816, on this December 4th, James Monroe was elected our 5th U.S. president. Who did James Monroe defeat to become president? Well, you know, Rufus King. We could have had a president named Rufus back in 1816. Instead, we went with James Monroe. Let's see here. 1918. Good morning to you, Emma. Excuse me, got the morning coughs going on. 1918, President Wilson became the first American president to travel outside of the United States. Let's see, according to the day calendar, today is Santa's List Day. Not positive what that means. I don't know if you're supposed to make your list for Santa on this day or that he's checking them. Hopefully we still have time to make our list for Santa. Today is Santa's List Day. What else we got? International Cheetah Day. Okay. We've got Wildlife Conservation Day. It's National Sock Day. I am currently not wearing any socks. Just so you know. Got the sweatshirt going on here. Don't have any socks on right now. I am barefoot. I'm one of those people that if I don't have to wear socks, I'm not going to wear socks. It's also National Dice Day, and it's National Cookie Day. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Let's see here. And of course, today, if you look at that calendar, we're 1, 2, 3 weeks away from Christmas. Christmas. 3 weeks. I have not done any shopping. I better get on that. What's going on? This week, according to my information, is Christmas Tree Week. First full week in December. It's the perfect time to point out that you need to get your Christmas tree up. So make sure you do that. Christmas Tree Week going on. And it's also National Hand Washing Awareness Week. I'm not a very good hand washer. I fully admit that. I wash my hands in the shower. That's just the way it is. This month, my dirty hands. This month, it's National Prune Breakfast Month. Who has prunes for breakfast? Anybody? Raise your hand. I had my normal Captain Crunch today. I did not throw any prunes in there with it. All right. Things you need to know or not know. I'll leave it up to you. You decide. Sandra Day O'Connor, the first female justice on the Supreme Court, died Friday morning. She was 93 years old. Other things you need to know. The price. You know the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, my true love sent to me, blah, 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 blah. The price of the 12 Days of Christmas has hit an all-time high. If you were to buy all of the things on the 12 Days of Christmas, it would cost you nearly $47,000. So, good luck on that. Other stuff. Only Murders in the Building. I have not seen this because I don't have Hulu. But the show Only Murders in the Building, which is a Hulu comedy series, nominated for 11 Emmys this year. That's going to be broadcast on ABC in January. That'll be filling some schedule gaps caused by the strike-related production delays. So look for Only Murders in the Building on primetime TV. Other things you might want to know. Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, ordered to return $2.6 million in commissions that he overcharged while he acted as her manager. Tisk, tisk. Shame on you. Other stuff. The most streamed song globally this year I mean, there's still a month to go in the year. Why do they calculate these things already? You still have all of December to go. But they're saying that the most streamed song globally in 2023 was Last Night by Morgan Wallen. Here's some interesting news. Dun, dun, dun. The mystery of the non-human mummified remains found in Peru last week. Things got more interesting when an analyst claimed that 30% of its DNA, not human. They're calling it unknown species. So again, that is a mummified remains, they're saying, has 30% non-human. What is up with that? What's up with that? Let's see here. Other stuff. Apple and Paramount are in talks to merge their streaming services, so be on the lookout for that. Supposedly, both the Chicago Bears and Carolina Panthers are said to have their eyes on hiring Jim Harbaugh away from Michigan. We'll see what happens there. Of course, Michigan shutting out Iowa in the Big Ten Championship over the weekend. I'm a huge, gigantic Iowa Hawkeye fan. I'm cheering for my Hawks. I root for my Hawks. But it went pretty much as you thought it would. The defense played outstanding. The offense didn't. The refs, not good. So, yeah, it was going to take a perfect game for Iowa to win. Didn't happen. But Iowa going to the Citrus Bowl on January 1st. They'll be taking on Tennessee. So we'll see how the Hawks can do there. And then finally, and things you need to know, supposedly, after choosing his fiancée in the Golden Bachelor finale on Thursday night, who watches this stuff? Does anybody in the comments watch the Golden Bachelor? It's all right if you do. Go ahead and tell me if you do or not. Golden Bachelor. Is his name Jerry? Jerry Turner says that he and Teresa will be getting married on national TV on January 4th. Nothing says a nice, personal, close-knit wedding like doing it on national TV. The Golden Bachelor. Food news. Kathy, you don't watch The Golden Bachelor? Good for you. Good for you. Let's see here. Food news. McDonald's going to have some big changes coming to their restaurants next year. That comes after doing a massive research in their test kitchens. So look for, again, they say massive changes possibly coming to McDonald's and the way they serve things. Boy, I'll tell you what. Got a little something in my throat going on this morning. Today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. Let's see here. 30% of people under the age of 30 don't use this. Again, 30% of people under the age of 30 don't use this. What do you think? It's something in the morning. Toothpaste, deodorant, bars of soap. That's it. Bar soap. Now, I've been a bar soap user my entire life. I tried the spongy thing, where you put the soap in, the spongy thing, and didn't work for me. So bar soap for me, for life. So again, some people don't use bar soap at all. In some weird news.
That is weird.
Police say a dead longhorn cow. A dead longhorn cow was found on the lawn of an Oklahoma State University fraternity on Friday, the day before the school's football team played the University of Texas Longhorns in the Big 12 championship game. Police were notified that morning. The carcass had an expletive carved into its side and the stomach was cut open. That's That's more than weird. That's disturbing. So hopefully they find that out. Who did that? In some food news. Now, this is a poll. I like polls. Survey says for comfort foods, according to this survey, pizza is the number one comfort food. And according to this poll as well, after pizza, we have chocolate, ice cream, mac and cheese, and chips. All good options for comfort food. In the files of law and disorder, dun, 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 a sharing feature. You may have heard about this already. This has been making the rounds on social media. A sharing feature built into Apple's latest iOS update has police departments nationwide issuing a warning to iPhone users. That's why I'm an Android guy. Do the Androids, people. But security experts say the hubbub may be a little bit hyped up. The new name drop features on Apple allows consumers who have phones using iOS 17.1 or the new watch update on their Apple Watch to quickly share contact information with a nearby iPhone or Apple Watch by simply placing the devices close together, similar to Apple's AirDrop, which allows for the exchange of images between Apple devices. So just be aware of that. It might not be as big of a deal as some folks are making it out to be, but still, I wouldn't want my stuff being shared just by being close to somebody else. In some good news, a Kentucky family celebrating their 9th Christmas together as a family of 3 after an unlikely adoption story. Jason Smith, a school principal, met his daughter Raven Whitaker Smith when she was suspended from the 6th grade and sitting outside of his office. Now, at the time, Raven was living in a group home after being in foster care for most of her life. Jason felt compelled to help her, discuss the situation with his wife, and despite their previous struggles with infertility and unsuccessful attempts at fostering, they decided to open their home to Ravens. So now they are spending their 9th holiday season together. That is a good story. In a moment of let's go to Paraguay. I do love me some news headlines from Paraguay. How do you say this? A Paraguayan government official has been replaced after it was revealed that he signed a memorandum of understanding with representatives of a fugitive Indian guru's fictional country. All right, let's read that again. There's a lot jammed into that one sentence. Again, a government official from Paraguay has been replaced after it was revealed that he signed a memorandum of understanding with representatives of a fugitive Indian guru's fictional country, who also appeared to have duped several other officials in the South American country. This guy that was duped was replaced as chief of staff for Paraguay's agriculture ministry on Wednesday, shortly after it was revealed that he signed a proclamation with representatives of the United States of Kailasa, Kailasa, Kailasa's website. Fictional country, this is not real, described as the revival of the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. That is a mouthful, which is being revived by displaced Hindus. It's fake. It's not real. But the guy from Paraguay signed some paperwork with them, so duh. You, sir, get a big duh. Finally, let's wrap this up today with the top box office movies over the weekend. Now, Beyonce having a nice debut, but she's no Taylor Swift at the box office. Of course, Taylor's, was it the Eras Tour movie or whatever it was, made huge money. Beyonce, again, with a nice debut. It's called Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, brought in $21 million for its opening weekend. Right behind that, The Hunger Games: Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is number 2 with $14.5 million. The third money-making movie for this weekend, Godzilla -1. I don't know. I've seen some of the trailers and some of the footage from the new Godzilla movie. Looks interesting. Yeah. I'm all about Godzilla every once in a while. Godzilla -1 bringing in $11 million. Number 4 is the Trolls movie. Number 5 is Wish, which has been a bomb and a disappointment. Yet another bomb and disappointment for Disney in 2023. So those are your top 5 money-making movies from over the weekend. That does it. Did I miss anything? I don't know. We'll find out afterwards. Once again, our forecast today, cloudy and a high of 42. Your weather always brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa. Your morning wake up always brought to us by Ottumwa Coasters. Go like and follow Ottumwa Coasters right here on Facebook. And otherwise, we'll get back to the morning wake up again tomorrow at 7 a.m. On the way today, we've got the In Remembrance of video. That'll go up at 8 o'clock. On Facebook, we'll be putting up our voting for Athlete of the Week as it returns, sponsored by Keokuk County Health Center, as basketball, wrestling, bowling, all getting underway, getting started slowly. So Athlete of the Week voting goes up here shortly. And I think that about does it. That about does it for a Monday morning. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody in the comments. And yeah, we'll be back at it again tomorrow morning here on Steve Shetler Media. Bye-bye.